Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next movie review for Halloween month. And well, be reviewing these movies finally. Well, since the new one came out a month ago though, but I'll get to that though. But now I'm finally going to review the 1988 classic Beetlejuice. And what can be said about Beetlejuice that has been said over the years? Like I said, it's a classic. Michael Keaton does a really great job as Beetlejuice, despite the fact that he's only in it for about, he's a titular character, but he's only in it for about 15 minutes at most, maybe. But with basically a 90-minute movie, minus end credits though. But overall, like I said, Michael Keaton he does a really great job as Beetlejuice, and personally, Michael Keaton, before doing more serious roles, he's always been more of a comedic actor, starting with stuff like, I think it was Night Shift, and of course, Johnny Dangerously, and of course, with this movie. So he's always been did more comedy films before more serious roles, because, of course, this came out in 98, and it's also directed by Tim Burton as well. And, of course, the next year after that, Tim Burton would later use Michael Keaton again, and starring in Batman. Which that was like a major serious role for Michael Keaton. And, which, I love Batman. It's my favorite DC movie. I've already explained before how much I enjoy Batman. I reviewed Batman long ago. Like I said, yeah, I love Batman. My favorite DC film, and it's my second favorite Tim Burton film behind Sleepy Hollow, but Batman is my favorite score from Danny Elfman. And, of course, the reverse of it is Sleepy Hollow's score by Danny Elfman is the second. So, both films are kind of like reverse in certain specs, so. Because I love both those films. I enjoy Sleepy Hollow as well. It's my favorite Johnny Depp movie. But anyway, Tim Burton, he's always been made good films. Not recently the past years though, but I enjoy this film. I love Batman. I love Sleepy Hollow. I enjoy Ed Wood, Edward Scissorhands. Even his 2012 remake of his own short film Frankenweenie is cute, harmless, time waster. Probably like the last good film he did. But I'm not a fan of his 2010 remake of Alice in Wonderland. I'm not. Big Fish. With Ewan McGregor. I have not seen that film in years. So I probably forgot all about it. I can't barely remember the movie, so. Sweeney Todd, also with Johnny Depp. Not big on musicals, like I said, but although there are certain musicals I do like, though. Corpse Bride. I don't remember, though, sadly. Although, but Tim Burton produced, though, he didn't direct it, though, but produced Nightmare Before Christmas. I really enjoyed that film. That was a childhood film I grew up watching. But he produced it, didn't direct it, though. That's Henry Selick. But it does have that Tim Burton vibe to it, though. So, but Tim Burton, yeah, and also the 2019 remake of Dumbo, though, which of course after that he had problems with Disney. That's why he said after Dumbo he's not working with Disney again, which I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. But the thing is, though, of course, if everyone's asking if I review the first Beetlejuice, of course I'm going to review the sequel that came out recently. And thing is, though, I'll say right off the bat, I did not like it. I did not like the second film. But I'll get to that, though, in the next review, though. But for now, just talking about the first movie. But like I said, what can be said about Beetlejuice? Like I said, it is a classic comedy with a good mixture of good makeup and practical effects as well. And a pretty good cast, And like I said, besides Michael Keaton, of course, you have the other two leads. You have this couple, the Maitlands, who own this big house. They go for a drive. They get killed, and they come back to life as ghosts at their own house. It's years. They find out it's years later that a new family has moved into there, and now they're trying to scare them out of the house, but they need the help of Beetlejuice. At first, they don't until one thing leads to another. So I'll get to that though. But the couple is played. The couple of Maitlands is played by Alec Baldwin and Geena Davis, which I both of them did a good job in this film. Now, of course, with Alec Baldwin, say right off the bat, how he is in real life. He's crazy. That's always the best way I put it. How I described him over the years. He's crazy. And of course, what happened during that making of that movie he was doing called Rust, where he supposedly allegedly shot a crew member with a gun that was supposed to be with fake bullets. Kind of like it's almost like recreate the same incident from during The Crow that killed Brendan Lee. Now, did he did it accidentally or on purpose? Should he been charged for it? I don't know. I wasn't there, so I cannot judge on that though. Part of me thinks how crazy he is. I wouldn't be surprised he would have been, but I think the charges were dropped. I think, and he's done with it. Like I said, I wasn't there, so I can't really speak on if he's guilty or not. So, but I just know that he's crazy, nowadays. But overall, as an actor, I like Alec Baldwin. Not I don't like him everything he's in though. Like Cat in the Hat, to me that's still his most embarrassing role, hands down. But I like him in this film, Beetlejuice. I liked him in the Mission Impossible sequels like Rogue Nation and then Fallout. He was a good bad guy in Mercury Rising with Bruce Willis. I think he was a good bad guy in that. Him trying to kill this 9-year-old autistic boy just to protect a government super code. Sounds kind of messed up to me. But Alec Baldwin, I like some of the movies he stars in. He's not that. Yeah. How he is in real life, yes, okay. But as an actor, I liked him in a lot of things he's done, And then we get Geena Davis, which I enjoy her from the '86 remake of The Fly, of course, in Thelma and Louise, among many other movies too. Geena Davis, she's a good actress, and both of them do a good job as this couple. They go off on a drive. And they get killed, and they come back to life as ghosts in their own house. And then they find out that it's years later, and this new family moves in, and the mom. Okay, this new family. The mom is played by Catherine O'Hara, of course, from Home Alone, among other films as well, though. But of course, people think of Catherine O'Hara. Automatically think of Home Alone. Let's be honest. But I like her in some other films she's done, though. Not just in Home Alone, but other films, too. It's like the same thing with the late John Hurt, Oh, he's the Home Alone dad. I like him in other films besides Home Alone, like Chud or Cat People, So. But, Catherine... Well, I'll say with this, one of the nitpicks I still have with this movie is Catherine O'Hara's character as the mom. She still got on my nerves, and I think she still was unlikable in this movie still. So, she is still one of the nitpicks I still have with the movie, is her. Then, of course, the dad is played by Jeffery Jones, which... If I say anything about Jeffery Jones, that as an actor, I do not mind him. I do not mind him as an actor. Because I liked him when he was funny as the principal in Ferris Bueller's Day Off as Mr. Rooney. I did not mind him in Howard the Duck, which I'm still one of the very few handful of people that will still defend Howard the Duck. Okay, I'm one of the very few people that still defends the movie. Sue me. Of course, he will work with Tim Burton again in Sleepy Hollow. A little role in The Hunt for Red October. I don't mind him as an actor, but as a human being, he's a piece of shit. He is. He is nothing but a child-loving pedo. That's what he is. He's a piece of shit of a human being because he's a convicted pedophile who likes little boys. Hey! I'm sure he's good. He's probably good buck buddies with director Victor Selva. Oh, who's that? Who's Victor Selva? He's also another goddamn another sick pedophile in real life. Oh, by the way, yeah, he's the one who directed the Jeepers Creepers movies, which I kind of put his little input in those movies. You get what I mean? Yeah, Victor Selva. He's another piece of shit of a human being that also did really gruesome things and was early movies before he did Jeepers Creepers. So that's another piece of shit, you know. Fuck Victor Selva. And fuck Jeffrey Jones as well, okay? As human beings, fuck both of them. They'd be probably do well together. But yeah, I'm just saying this. Jeffrey Jones as an actor, I did not mind, but he's a piece of shit at the same time. But he plays the dad, and the daughter's played by Winona Ryder, who's like this, you know, non-social goth-look girl, you know, which, but she still looks in the sequel though. So, but I mean, it's Winona Ryder. She's an actress. I'm still hit and miss with, you know. Of course, the time when she did shoplifting, that's the thing. But Winona Ryder, I mean, probably I would say her worst performance was Alien Resurrection. She was horrible miscast in that as the android. She was badly miscast in Alien Resurrection. But she's not the actress. She's not my favorite actress. I wouldn't. This here I could tolerate in the first film. I do. I could tolerate her in the movie. Okay. So yeah, so she was tolerable in this movie. So I give her a pass for that. But anyway, they move in. And Alec Baldwin and Geena Davis, they're trying to scare them out of the house. They try to attempt, they fail. Like one of the scenes, of course, when they're having dinner and they try to possess them, like Catherine Hara, making her sing, you know, what was that song? I forget what it was though, but overall their plan doesn't work. So they try, and then they found there's this model town in the attic, and one thing they meet the man himself, or the ghost himself, Beetlejuice, played by Michael Keaton. And Michael Keaton, he's a lot of fun in this movie, right? I mean, he has a lot of good moments and funny dialogue too. And it's like a lot of good lines of dialogue, especially when he's talking to Geena Davis and Alec Baldwin, right? It's like, I saw Exorcist 167 times, and it gets funnier every single time. Or, it was like, go ahead, make my millennium. I myself am strange and unusual. These are my rules. Come to think of it, I don't have any rules. Or we tell him, asking, can you be scary? And he's like, what do you think of this? Makes this snakes, whatever grows, it just pops out of him. And so since they decide they don't want his help, he goes and says, "Nice fucking model." Oh, no, I screwed that up. Nice fucking model. Yeah, Michael Keaton, he was a lot of fun, like I said, which I really do like. That got me a big chuckle. Like, nice fucking model. Which I think that was the line he actually improvised himself saying that line. Yeah, I think that was the line he actually improvised, and I think they kept it in there, which is good because, like I said, Michael Keaton, before doing series like Batman Next, you know, he just did comedic roles. I enjoy him in Johnny Dangerously, with him and Joe Piscopo, and even Danny DeVito has a small role in it, you know, and those are fun. That was a fun comedy, you know. So after all that fails, they end up going to, like, you know, like The Office for the afterlife, you know, the couple do, the Maitlands, and they see all these good. That's one thing what I get praised for is the creativity this film had, you know, especially a lot of good practical makeup and practical effects, you know, and makeup stuff like that. This film had creativity, you know, like all the ghosts that they see in this like this afterlife office, you know, of course the guy with the shrunken head, of course, the ghost football players, of course, there was that one fisherman that has the shark that's attached to it that's bitten onto his leg, you know. And there's a lot of creative models, you know, and stuff like that. And also, like, when they try to leave, they get attacked by the sandworms. You know, it has, like, the black and white stripes, like Beetlejuice's outfit, right? Good stop motion animation, you know. So this film had a lot of creativity and imagination, you know, for create something like the haunting experience of ghosts and stuff, you know. That's why I still get praise for, because back then it's called what, unlike films nowadays, which is very rare to have creativity and originality. You know, it's very rare nowadays to see that. So, but yeah, but just a lot of seeing a lot of these good makeup effects and good practical effects of these ghosts, you know, and of course when asked about, you know, how they can make them so scary, like, of course you get the good makeup and practical effects when, you know, Alec Baldwin makes his nose stretch up and his head just like go like this, or Geena Davis when she opens her mouth up and her eyes go down into her mouth. Really good. I would say. I think Geena Davis's design was more creepier than Alec Baldwin's, because just how the way she's like, and then their eyes down in the mouth, you know. Really great effects. And so, of course, Winona Ryder is the one who sees them. She's the one who can see them, and so they explain to her. And then since the family has now to think they have ghosts in their house, so they call like an expert. The guy, who's the guy? Was it Robert Goulid? If I mispronounced, yeah, because they want to have the proof. Because they don't want proof of if they actually exists. I think it's him. No, it's Glenn. No, sorry, no, it's not Robert Goulet. It's Glenn Shaddix. Sorry, Glenn Shaddix. And I know I've seen this guy before. He was in Demolition Man. He was kind of like the assistant to Nigel Hawthorne, and he goes to help with Wesley Snipes. Then he ends up going to Dennis Leary's like, oh, may I help you be assistance to you? Yeah, Glenn Shaddix. That's the guy's name. Yeah, so he was in Demolition Man. I think I saw him in another movie. I just forget though. But sadly, he's passed away. So passed away some time ago. So that sucks. So yeah, so Glenn Shaddix. That was his name. And one list another, him and this other, there was this other older couple as well. I recognize the guy with the mustache. I recognize him. I forget his name though. I recognize him though. But I think that's Robert Goulet. I think, or was it, or yeah. Sorry, I've seen this. I've watched this film quite a while though, but I think I do recognize that guy with the older guy with the mustache, with this other couple that helps with the Glenn Shaddix would help with the seance in the family. So, So they do the seance, and then Alec Baldwin and Geena Davis, they get manifested in these like wedding dresses and stuff. And so Winona Ryder turns to Michael Keaton to help them by saying his name 3 times, Beetlejuice. And then Michael Keaton is saying, "It's showtime." So he does his little trick shenanigans, like with the older couple, like they're on you know those you see at fairs, you use this giant hammer to whack it to make the bell ring at the top, right? Kind of makes it like they make those two stand right there, and he uses it, and they send them flying through the roof. Which you don't see them again, so I don't think they're dead though. So I don't think they're dead. They just shot through the roof, never to be seen again. And then with Glenn Shaddix, he makes him Michael Keaton makes him change into a different outfit, and I guess he gets scared and he runs away. And then after that though, then Michael Keaton decides to marry Winona Ryder, which yes, that's another nitpick I had with the movie. I never understood the reason why he really needed to marry Winona Ryder. There's something that I must have missed still though, because I don't understand the reason why, whatever reason he would want to marry Winona Ryder. Because what, she helped him get out of the model town? I don't know. Some of this I can't get my head around is that what reasons is he still wants to marry her. But of course, when Alec Baldwin and Geena Davis try to stop him, like when Geena Davis tries to say his name 3 times, he zips her mouth shut. She opens it and then tries to say it again. Then he puts his metal plate to fully keep her stop talking. I thought that was kind of a fun idea as well. And so, but one thing leads to another that leads to those sandworms ends up swallowing him, and then he ends up back into the waiting room. Yeah, because there's a waiting room in the afterlife as well. And of course they have to wait for the number ticket ride, and there's this dead woman next to him. Her number is next, so kind of tricks her to swap in his number, but then the woman ends up shrinking his head. So, and then afterwards, sometime now that the Dez family, that's the Jeffery Jones, Catherine Hare, and Winona Ryder, now they're perfectly fine. They're perfectly fine with living in this house with ghosts now, because now they're perfectly fine, and they're dancing. That song that's playing. Oh, what was that song? It's so bad with these old songs, you know. Dun 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 dun. You know. I have jump in the line. That's what it was. Shake, 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 Sinora, shake. Yeah, that song. I had to look it up, you know. Yeah, jump in the line. Shake, shake, Sinora. And when Winona Ryder, she's now floating in the air, dancing along with the ghost football players, you know. I'm like, she's now perfectly first she didn't believe in all stuff. Now she's like dancing perfectly. She's perfectly fine dancing in midair along with the ghosts, you know. So, and then it's funny. And the funny thing is, like, she's then for some whatever reason, which I'll get to in the sequel, whatever reason she has PTSD. I don't get why she would have PTSD after this. I mean, she was perfectly fine dancing. Like I said, she's perfectly fine dancing in midair to Shake Sinora, right, with the ghost football players. But yet, for some reason, in the sequel, Winona Ryder, she has PTSD over this. I don't know. Which I'll get to. I'll get to that though. But it's got, you know. But that film was a big hit though, so it made a lot of money. So. Well, hey, because Tim Burton needed a big hit. He hasn't had a big hit in quite a long time, since probably Alice in Wonderland. That made over $1 billion, but Tim Burton needed a big hit, so this was the second film was his latest. So, but regardless of all that, though, the first Beetlejuice I still enjoy, you know. I still think Tim Burton did a good job with this film. I enjoy the great makeup and practical effects of the movie. Like I said, had creativity in it, which is lacking nowadays. Other the cast did a good job, like especially Michael Keaton for, like I said, he's the titular. His character is the title, and yet he's only been in it. His screen time is only about what 15 minutes at most. But regardless, though, he was a lot of fun as Beetlejuice. And as for Alec Baldwin and Geena Davis, I thought they did a good job. The family, Jeffrey Jones, whatever you think of how, piece of shit though, but for his role, I did not mind him. Catherine O'Hara, I still think her role as the mom, I think she's the most unlikable character in this film for me, so still didn't like her character. Winona Ryder, like I said, she's tolerable for me, because I'm not really big on her as an actress though. But here, I thought I still give her a pass for her. So overall, she was decent in this movie. The other people like Glenn Shaddix, it was nice to see him. Sad he passed too soon, I think in the mid '90s after Demolition Man, so that sucked. But overall, yeah, I still enjoy Beetlejuice. As I said, it is still a classic. It is still a classic, and that's when later Michael Keaton would reunite with Tim Burton again to do for his more serious, for basically his first big dramatic role, and serious role I would say in Batman, and then later he will go on to play a good bad guy in Pacific Heights after that, which that's a good movie. And Michael Keaton, he was a good bad guy in that, as that slick con artist, Yeah, Michael Keaton, like I said, I'm a big fan of Michael Keaton. Now, I don't get the politics. Wherever you disagree, what he thinks his views are, I don't get into that though. I just get into him as an actor. Okay, because I'm a big fan of Michael Keaton still, regardless though. So I don't care about it. I don't care about his political views. That's what one of my channels about. I don't discuss not that much politics in this, so let it be at that. Regardless, so I'm still a big fan of Michael Keaton. He's a very enjoyable actor, regardless though. Now, he's not perfect on everything. There's still quite a few films I don't care for him in though, but still, he has more pluses than minuses. So, but here as Beetlejuice, he was a lot of fun still. So that's my review for the first on Beetlejuice. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for what everybody. If everybody was praising this movie, I don't get it though, but I'll get to that though. So for Beetlejuice or Beetlejuice 2 later.